12, 2013, requesting Resolution 57-13 be waived from the Committee on Environmental Management to the full council for immediate action.
Mr. Kern.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move to approve Resolution 5713.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you. This is pretty straightforward. Keith Cato is here if we have any questions for him. This is allow them to basically hook up their utilities and their sewer from the senior housing project to the sewer system. If there's any more discussion needed, I'll get into that. Or if anybody would like to speak to Mr. Cato, can have him come up. Till then, I'll yield.
Okay. Ms. Ford.
Lyle, is that you back there? Could you come up, please?
Hit your...
Excuse me, Lyle.
Okay.
I actually have a technical question for you. When I look at the picture of the intersection of Komohana and Mohouli Street, that intersection is on the uphill side, and the sewer extension is going downhill. Correct? Am I reading this?
I'm sorry. You're talking about Komohana?
Please give your name and your title.
Lyle, he wrote the Acting Wastewater Division Chief.
Okay.
When you talk about this extension is basically only on Kahikini Street.
Okay, so it's running parallel
to Komohana.
Okay, all right. So that's not going to be a problem. But if they were to go downhill to serve the two lots that they've referenced in the resolution, would they have to put in some kind of a pump to get things uphill?
It depends how they configure that last lot, but
okay.
I would imagine that they may have
okay.
to.
Thank you. That's the question I had for you. I would like to make just a generic comment. I'm voting for this. We need to do this. I have no problem with this. But I pulled the code out, section 21-28, and to pay for the cost of the sewer system. And there's two ways to do it. If the applicant chooses to pay for it, then they pay for it, and then they get all the sewage fees from the county for 10 years to help reimburse them. And if they can go for a half cost and share it with the county is another method, which they did not choose, or the county can put it in and receive all the monies for the sewer charges. I just wanted to bring that to the council's attention as maybe something we should think about in the future. But in this particular case, I don't have any problem supporting this particular resolution to do this. And I would like to say to Mr. Cato, where are you? There you are. Okay. Thank you for doing the senior housing. You've been, a developer has been instrumental in getting additional housing for low-income people. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Mr. Onishi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Cato, can you please come up, please? You can introduce yourself.
My name is Keith Cato, Executive Director, Hawaii Island Community Development Corporation.
Okay, good. This resol is for the first phase only.
Correct.
Good. What about the future of the Hilo Adult Care Center?
Well, actually, if you look at the picture that's attached to the resolution, it says Lot 3B, future adult daycare. That's, we're working on trying to raise the funding for that project right now.
Correct.
So we are hopeful that we can assemble that funding in the next year or two. And once we do, what we would plan to do is actually run a road that would be, there's supposed to be an emergency road that comes off Kahikini and would run basically straight across the property. So between that road, or marker of that road, and our project we're building now is where we would put the adult daycare, which is more or less where this label is on the map. And the idea would be that we'd run a sewer line, along that road. And so there's a little stub out that was installed in the manhole there.
My concern is that because it's mentioning phase 1, and I know you have like a phase 2, right, for the lower portion of your
Right.
property, and then also for the Hilo Adult Care Center, you know, would you have to come back again to the council to get approval?
I think if we wanted to dedicate any of those things, that would be the case. I'm not sure that we would be wanting to do that or able to do that.
Because, you know, for me right now, it's like, why don't we just do it all one time? If we need to, you know, if you need to come back again, right, to do phase 2.
Well, I appreciate that, but right now we don't have the plans figured out. So we couldn't tell you what we would want to dedicate, if anything.
Okay. And then, so now when phase 2 and the adult care center is built, the existing sewer line, and maybe DEM might have to come up and answer this question. Thank you. Yeah. And how is the fundraising going for the Hilo Adult Care?
Well, it's somewhat
Sorry, Mr.
positive.
Chair.
You know, we've been notified that the administration has selected the project for some funding through the CDBG program, and then we're got a fundraising consultant helping us lobby the legislature.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything, you know, for a while, and then, you know, we need to start pushing on that.
Yeah, actually, that probably about now is about the time to be pushing.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hi, Lyle. You can introduce yourself again.
Lyle Hiroto, Acting Wastewater Division Chief.
My only concern is that the existing sewer line that they're going to be, I guess, hooking up to, when phase 2 and then and the Hilo Adult Care Center becomes reality, will that sewer line still be able to handle all the sewer or all the waste?
Right now, as far as the preliminary study, we know it can handle the fire complex. It depends how big the development is on the adult care center. The basically choking point or the choking point for the sewer system is actually where it crosses on Komohana. So it depends, you know, if it became a really big facility, then they may need to upgrade the line that goes across Komohana.
Okay, so the fire station, the administration building is above the project, right? And so, okay, and then so if, say, that phase 2 project is bigger than what the lines can handle, then Hawaii Island Development Corp would have to
upgrade the system in order for it to handle the sewage flows, depending how big they are.
Okay, and then now, so that would be a burden, like an added cost to them, which you might not foresee, right, Keith? You can maybe come back up again. Because, see, I don't want to see this project get stalled in phase 2 because of financial situations. And so I'm looking at the future to see how we can help you folks make sure that everything's okay so that it can go on.
Let me clarify something. You know, when I talk about depends how big, but right now, as far as the sewer studies, we're looking at a additional somewhere in the order of 250,000 that it can handle. But if it were a gigantic complex, then it could become a problem. And I just don't have the numbers for that right now.
Do you have any comments, Keith? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure, you know, what that capacity that Lyle talked about translates into the number of units. The zoning that we presently have would allow us to go up probably by about 150 units total. You know, so we have 90 more to build, you might say.
yeah, because the first one, is like about 60 units, correct?
Correct.
And then, but then with the Hilo Adult Care Center, that would take X amount.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's two things. One of them is it would generate sewage, but it also takes land, and so our 150 units would go down because we'll be giving up probably about an acre there.
Okay. Well, like I say, I just want to see how that will stall that other 90 homes, which is really needed. So, I just want to make sure that it's okay.
It's an issue that we're aware of.
Yeah.
And, so we'll just have to take that into account when we do our planning.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Onishi. Ms. Ford?
Thank you. Mind you both stay there. I don't know that I have questions for both of you. Mr. Kato, are these going to be detached homes, these 90 to 150? Are they going to be detached or are they going to be multi-unit homes?
In all likelihood, be multi-unit, yeah.
So are you talking apartments or condos or what type of?
Well, it's for low and moderate income households, so it'd probably be rentals.
Okay, so we're looking at maybe apartment type or triplexes or something like that. Okay, all right, thank you very much. And for the units, how much land would each unit have to be occupying? If it was, I don't know what you're planning to build. You know, if it's apartments and I don't know how many apartments you're going to use.
Well, the density by zoning is 4,000 square feet per unit.
Okay.
But, you know, if we do a two-story structure, then it'll be, you know, we use less land. That may be a more efficient way to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Ford, anything else?
No, I yield.
Okay, any other discussion? If not, Mr. Clerk.
Ms. Eoff?
Aye.
Ms. Ford?
Aye.
Mr. Iligan?
Aye.
Mr. Kanuha?
Aye.
Mr. Kern?
Aye.
Mr. Onishi? Ms. Poindexter?
Aye.
Ms. Willie?
Aye.
Chair Yoshimoto?
Aye.
Chair Yoshimoto, you have 9 ayes.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Resolution 5713 is approved. Next item on the agenda.